Okay world, Justino Banca Hegasinas here again, and this is a quick review of Fun Home by Alison Bechdel. This is one of the great comic books to really shine the light on graphic novels from the mainstream and popularize this medium really, and bring it back into the understanding that it's not just superhero books. It is a self-biography memoir of Bechdel growing up in a funeral home as a lesbian and traversing her relationship with her father, who um, was kind of ambiguous whether he's sexual or not, but there is a definitive answer in the book in a moment where he does kind of talk about uh, his history. I would say whether or not he's gay, it doesn't really matter. I think it was very much a important part of that time where it was far more important, where he had to, where it was more crucial to be um, to be low key or secretive or low key at the most. It's an incredible book. I'm really in love with her voice. I think it really comes strong in this book, and I find interesting is that her use of captions and dialogue is very even. I think it is almost like a literary sense, where it's half and half. Often in comic books, your writers tend to be one or the other, or more cinematic, where there's moments of voiceovers and moments of dialogue is kind of more scenic. I find that's something that's happening more in TV shows where um, the actors are actually narrating in moments, breaking the fourth wall and talking to the camera. I think that's something TV actually lacks quite a bit, is that internal dialogue. Often it has to be that very subtle, somber moment of watching the actor close up, their brows and their eyes, and you're just guessing technically what they're thinking. It is as a medium. It is important to actually read the character actually portraying in their own voice what they're thinking. I think often there is acting, and you can have both. I could say really. I think it's very good to have the internal dialogue. I think it's an incredible story, and what I really got from it is just how important being a parent is, reinforcing and teaching your children, and just what you just your behavior in society dictates how your children grow up in many ways. Uh, yeah, and often I find people I look up to are come from a more gender fluid or sexual fluid spectrum, from the separate from the mainstream. Basically, because I think their understanding of society and how they have to um, not I guess maneuver uh, is far less far less is far harsher than just the typical than being part of the herd. I would say, as you're not so protected in many ways. And I think this is and I find that these are also the people who kind of don't have as many children in a lot of ways, sadly, because I think it's so much harder, and they kind of understand how difficult it is to raise children in this kind of society, where it's so harsh, and you're just being thrown into this kind of like uh, journey to become part of whatever society wants you to be. I think kind of this rat race. I think you're very much being molded to be something or someone a certain way. And I think those are the people I think who should be having more children. I think because just they're very far more caring. I think and understanding of other people. Um, as a person, I think I've been very much programmed in many ways, and I think sadly it comes off in a lot of negative ways. I think too, also, and it's hard to break from that mold. It's just really part of who you are in many ways. Anyways, and and aside from that, from this book, I think it's an important book to measure society and where we have gone. 10 years from now, I think just another one of those books that is important to our own self understanding of who we are and who we become. I think, and especially to say how much more how much more we have to work for in the future. So, thank you for watching. Have a great day.